Alright, for Swanigan Day 5, Scratch Snowball Fight is today. So, you're going to create a snowball fight, and most of this code you've already done before, so I'm not going to walk through step by step. You need to add 2 snowmen. You need to make both of them movable by using arrows to control one snowman and letters for the other snowman. So, I had to look this up because I'm not a gamer, but on the keyboard, W, A, S, D are your keyboard controls that usually do the same thing as arrows. So W is up, S is down, A is left, D is right. That's how you make both snowmen movable. You need to add snowball sprites. I did snowflakes because that's what Scratch had preloaded, but if you want to draw your own snowballs, you're more than welcome to. And then we needed to add movement to the snowballs. I chose to make the snowballs glide to random places, and then I made them clone themselves, which I am going to show you the code for. We needed to add touching blocks so that if Snowball 1 touches Snowman 2, it would give him a point because, if a snowman gets hit by a snowball, he should get bigger and make him stronger. That's why I chose to give them points. You had to add points, which we have already done before, and is just like lives, and then create a variable to decide how to win. So here's the beginning of my game. I've got Snow 1, Snow 2, purple snowflakes and green snowflakes. Now this snowman is the exact same snowman, and all I did was modify his costume a little. So the way you do that is you click on your sprite, you go to Costumes, and you can choose to fill the color. So since I wanted the snowmen to kind of be fighting each other, this is my purple snowman. And then I clicked on the other guy, and first they were both facing the same way. So I highlighted him, and then you can click and drag to make them change the direction they're facing. So I made the snowmen face each other. And then I turned this guy, I decided he was going to be the green guy. We need some green boots too. So my purple snowman is going to throw a purple snowflake, and my green snowman is going to throw a green snowflake. And the snowflakes came in the same way, but again, I just went to Costumes and I used the paint bucket to fill them in a different color. So for my purple snowman, I decided where he was going to start, and I put in his motion. I went to my green snowman, and I dragged the code from purple and just dropped it on my green guy, and changed his key presses to the WASD that we were talking about. My green snowman already has his score code built. So I did, my variable is called score green because it's going to be my green scoreboard. It starts at a 0, and forever, if he touches purple, which is the name of the purple snowflake, it's going to change my score green by 1, and then my snowman's going to go back to his corner. Because it's kind of like with the dragon and the knight, where if you don't reset your position, it just adds tons of points all at once. For my purple snowflake, when start is clicked, it's forever going to start in the purple guy's hand. It's going to show up. It's going to wait 1 second after the green flag is clicked. It's going to glide for 2 seconds to a random spot somewhere on the page. And then it's going to hide because I don't want it to show up anymore. And then there's this neat little code under Control called Create Clone of Myself. So I did a Create Clone of Myself, and since it's in a forever loop, it's going to go back to the purple guy's hand, then it'll show up again, wait a second, and get thrown. I took that code off the purple, drag and dropped it on the green, changed his starting spot, and now it's good to go. So when I hit green flag right now, my snowflakes are going to throw at each other, or they're going to throw somewhere on the page. and they're going to randomly start again after a clone. So right now what I need to do is get another scoreboard. So I'm going to click through here until I find out, oh, that's where I put my score. Now if you go down to variables, which is where we find scores, you notice that we only have the set green right now. So if I drag that out, I can rename it or I can delete it, but I can't add a second one for my purple scoreboard. So I need to make a variable. I'm going to call this one purple score for all sprites, not just for this sprite. Okay, so now see how it appears up here. Now I can still drag and drop this onto my purple guy so I don't have to rebuild it from scratch, and then I can change it to purple score. Set purple score. And I don't want it to be touching purple, I want it to be if it touches green now. We're going to change purple score. So all you do is just go through and change them all. Then make sure that you go back, you run your game again, make sure everything works. Oh, I'll have to move my guy, he's being a little glitchy. And you look back at the requirements. So you have your two snowmen. They're both movable with letters and with arrows. You have two snowball sprites. The snowballs move. You have the touching block so that if one touches two or whatever, you add a point to the other person. That adds the points. So now all we need is a variable that decides how is this going to win. So again, we're going to use these variables, and we're going to say that if green score is greater than 5, show or change backdrop to green win. If purple score is greater than 5, change backdrop to purple win. But what we need to do for that is actually make the backdrops for those. So I'm going to choose a backdrop. It doesn't even matter what it is. So like right now it says blue sky, but I'm going to change it to green. So I painted the backdrop green. Then for my code, I will go and say when start is clicked, forever if, remember we have to use the variable, which means we're going to need the math block. There it is. So forever if, and then we'll go back to variables and we'll say if purple score is greater than 5, then, and I have to change the name of the backdrop. Right now it's blue sky. We'll say purple win. Oh, and I'll need to repaint this because it's green. So back to my code. So when clicked forever, if the purple score is greater than 5, then we're going to switch the backdrop to purple win. Do the same thing so that if you have a green score greater than 5, then you switch the backdrop to green win. And then just because I like my screen to be clear on my win screens, I would probably tell all my little guys to hide. That's your job today, is to make sure you get steps 1 through 7 done. Take snips, put them on your Google Slides presentation, and you're going to turn in the URL to your game.